Hello everybody, my name is Unlucky Few, this is my YouTube channel and today we're going to be talking about state of survival. Let's get cracking on then. Okay everybody, today I'd like to talk to you about heroes. Yes, a subject which is rather difficult. The importance of heroes. Well, heroes will decide whether you succeed in a battle or fail in a battle. If you pick the wrong ones, then you are not likely to survive. The computer or the game itself will tell you your three top people, but it doesn't always get it right. So let me explain a few things to you. We will not go over Kira because not many people will have Kira. Kira is it's not something you win. You have to, well, you can win it, but to upgrade it costs money, and not a lot of people do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick Nanami because most people have Nanami. Now, why is Nanami such a good player? Well, for starters, if you go onto this right hand side here, you've got this little arrow up here. If you click that, it will tell you, and I've done a video on this before, so I'm going to do it again anyway for argument's sake. On here it tells you Explorer and Military. Now Explorer is to do when you go to your, let's just quickly show you over here, go to Hero Precinct and you click on here Explore. Those stats, those attack, defense, health, whatever it says on there, relates to this. It is not to do with PvP, as in your rallies, you're attacking someone, you're attacking someone's troops, you're attacking a building, you're attacking their base. Explorer relates to this, which will help you in succeeding or completing these, which I still haven't done one yet. No, I'm not doing Kira, Nanami. So military is what's important for your fighting side of it. So obviously mine's at level 80, it's maxed. It's also maxed on the upgrades, it's on general. At this precise moment in time, and I say at this precise moment in time, it is general. I do believe this goes up higher, and I do believe the levels will go up higher. But this, for the state we're in, 80 and general is the maximum you can get for now. So in here you get your march capacity, you get your infantry attack, so that's 130% on top of what your normal stats would be that I showed you in the last video for your stats and your chief. Underneath your chief, when you click your chief in top left hand corner at the bottom, you've got down stats and settings and bits and pieces. One also says, well, stats. Click on that and it will give you a list of all your stats, but that's just from your base. This is what you get on top of that. This is what bumps it up. So each of these has a different way of doing it. She is indeed infantry, as well as, where's the other one that's infantry? Where are you? There you go. Oh, that one. No, that's rider, I think. No, it's hunter. That's hunter. That's rider. Where's my other infantry gone? I thought I had more than this. I've changed all this up here, you see, so I can't find nothing. That's infantry, that's infantry. Where is she? She's a gold one, and I think he's infantry. Yeah, he is, but you have to level him up a bit. Otherwise, he's just absolutely useless. 120, 127, 186, 186. So she's actually even better. So, right, back with an army. So, what you get is, this is what you get from herself. Each individual one obviously has different. They have different things in here. Like she has wood gathering speed of 20%. So if you're gathering wood, use her. Infantry health 127% over the top of the chief stats. Lethality 120% over the top of There's loads of these. There's so many different stats, but you need to be looking into what you're getting from them, and then pick the best you've got of your infantry, of your rider, and of your hunter to send in your first team. Now, I don't know why I did that. I need to do that. Now, what you also need to pay attention to is this down here. These skills are good. These skills activate, so it creates an illusion of at the specified position, which inherits 42% of attack, 40% of health, and the sword dance. When created or killed, the illusion deals 6,858. There's just loads of stuff in there. I'll let you decide what you want to do. But level these up as well, because these are going to help as well. Some of these help in trap, and some help in battles. Normally, some are better than others. I'm not going to go too deep into it because it's just going to confuse you. But the other thing you need to pay attention to is your hero gear. Now, your hero gear does add quite a bit on. So you've got your explorer and you've got your military. So you get, with this bit of gear, you get an extra. So if you're doing explorers, with this gear, which is assigned to every single infantry player, and then obviously you've got a different set for your hunters and your riders. So it gives an extra 387 attack, 405 defense in explore, so in your explorer. Your military side of it, which is when you're going out and you're hitting things or fighting things, it gives you an extra 33.6% on your health and 56.8% on your lethality. Not all of them will have that. As you can see, these are gold levels, so these are getting quite high. I also get an extra 65.4% from this piece of gear on top of the health, and I also get an additional 28% of my health from this piece of gear, but 70% on top of my lethality. So upgrading your hero gear also helps your hero, but you need to upgrade your hero on your experience with the fragments and also with the hero gear. Then you'll start to hit harder because your percentages will be higher. You'll last longer in battles. You'll be able to kill more of them rather than them killing more of you, which is the name of the game. So each one of these down here has their own special, percentages and stats. It's going to be difficult for me. I can show you what I've got, but if you've not got what I've got, it's going to be impossible to mimic what I'm doing. So what you need to do is to go through all your infantry, find your best infantry, go through all your riders, and there is an easy way rather than trying to do it the way I did it, which was trying to go through here and find out where they are. Is what you can do is if you go onto your chief top left corner here, go down to your troops, go onto your troop formations, because this is where you can make your troop formations up here. And this is what the computer says are my best troops. Alright, I disagree. I think that is. Because I've checked all their stats and what they offer compared to others. This is best now. As you can see here, this is set for trap. So I set my number 1 position for trap. So him, her and her are my trap setup, and this is what I send in my trap every single time. These are my rallied troops for trap. The rest of them I just put them together so that if I needed to then I could use them, but technically I don't. She used to be my first, but a level 10 of her, which is really good, is not as good as a level 4 of him, because a level 4 of him would beat a level 10 of her. So I've been doing work on this one. Now, when it comes to picking your right troops, if you click down here where you've got the little refresh button, it will then take you where you can look at which is your best. Now, if any of these were better than him, they'd have a green up arrow by them. They don't. So I know that he's going to be the one. The same when you come on to her here, which she's my hunter. If any of these hunters had better stats than she did, they'd have a green arrow pointing up. Now, most of these are maxed, some of them aren't yet, but if you click on them, so that's 204, 204, right? Click on him, he's 228 and 228, so he would probably be a better offer. But the problem I've got with him is, when I look at him as a hero, she's level 5 on all her talents, he's not. So she's got a lot more talents that will activate within that battle than he does. So even though she's only got 3.9 million power and he's got 4.1, she's obviously got 13,000 within the troop march, and her stats are 204 on attack and defense, health of 80 and 80. When you click on him, his is 80 health, 80 lethality, but attack and defense is 228. But look, his march capacity is less. So with him in, I can't put as many troops in. But if I don't get as many troops in, then she can get more troops. He doesn't. So the difference of 204 to 228 is it really worth it? You're going to have less troops in here with his stats, which means that there's only a 24% difference. She's probably the stronger. It's difficult. It really, really is. Heroes has always been a touchy subject for me. It's been something that's been quite hard to explain, and there's so many little bits and pieces in it. But if you do pick the right heroes for your rallies, by going through, by setting, the best thing I'd say is go into your chief, go into your troops, go into your troop formations. Alright, don't click on none of that. Click on your first one, click to set it, and then go through and find out which are your best and plonk them up here. And then when you do rallies, alright, the computer normally picks your best troops that you've got. But when you're doing a particular event, as in trap, or you're going up against a certain person who's got certain heroes that can combat you, there are going to be other heroes that can supersede them, and that's just a completely different ball game trying to get your head around. But for now, I just want to get everybody getting their heroes as strong as they can by explaining how to pick them for certain situations, certain PvPs or trap or R&R or Colosseum. Colosseum's different because Colosseum is infantry heavy, I believe, as in trap is hunt heavy. But having the right heroes in there, with the right talents in there, and the right hero gear in there, means that I should see people knocking me off the position I'm in. Because there should be people that are knocking me off the position I'm in, and they're not. And I've realised it's because they haven't got the information I've got. And I want to make sure that everybody has the information I've got, because I want to see people beating me in trap. And I want seeing people beating me when it comes to doing rallies. I want everyone to be hitting as hard as me, or as near as damn it. And I do know that there's going to be a few people that should be hitting way above me. So my goal is to try and get as much information across to you as I can, trying to get you to pick the right heroes, to have the right stats on your troops, and also how to get those stats even better, which will be the next video. So again, I know this one has not been very long. I know it's not been it's difficult to explain heroes. I could probably spend 2 hours explaining to you about heroes, going through all their stats, going through all their talents, blah blah blah, yada yada yada, and all I'm going to do is give you a massive headache or you're going to fall asleep. But picking the right heroes with the right talents and the right gear is going to help you more. Now the hero gear, if you want to know where that is, just move that over there, I believe is in the workshop. Chief gear, hero gear. You've got your infantry, you've got your hunters, and you've got your riders. If you want to, if your infantry stats are a bit low, I'd first check in here, because this is where you can get the health from. So for instance on this one, your headgear, you will get infantry health of 33.6% and infantry lethality of 56.8%. That's on the current gear I have. Your gear might be lower, your gear might be higher, but if you need to increase on your health and lethality, you would do this piece of gear. If you wanted to do just your health, you'd do this piece of gear. If you wanted to do just your health and your lethality, you do this piece of gear. So each of them seem to have a bit of health in there. Health, health, and health. It's just whether you want health and lethality, or just health itself. So this is where you'd come to add on more percentages on your stats for that particular troop type. It's the same with your hunters here. If your hunters are pretty low, then sorry about that, yawning my head off. If your hunters were a bit low on their stats, then you'd come into your marksman part, and you've got this piece of art, this piece of equipment, that piece, or that piece to increase on your stats. If it was your riders, you'd come to this piece here, to your scout, and then you've got these here that do exactly the same. So it's not just heroes that decide whether you win or lose a battle. It's how much you've upgraded them, how much experience you've given them, and how much of the hero gear you've given them, and whether you've unlocked all of their talents. When you've maxed every single one out, which I don't think nobody will on this in this state, well, in our alliance on this state, because it takes a long time to do, unless you've got lots and lots of money. Personally, I wouldn't spend that amount of money on the game. Not something I can't see me probably still playing in 2 years' time, if the game even lasts that long. So heroes are just important as your troops from the last video. A combination of the last video of your troops and paying attention to that, with your heroes and paying attention to this, and then your stats, which I'll be doing on the next video. You should be getting on an evil par to what I'm doing, or to the extent where people can see that I'm actually not 5th or 6th on trap anymore. I'm actually getting nearer to 3rd or 2nd or 4th, because I too paid too much attention on hunters and riders and completely didn't do nothing when it came to infantry. I didn't upgrade my heroes, I wasn't doing their talents, I wasn't doing their hero gear, I was doing everything else. So again, heroes are important. Everything I'm trying to explain to you is important, and if you don't understand it, drop me a message through Discord. You can private message me through Discord. You can put it up on Discord page. You can private message me through the game. It doesn't make any difference to me whether you're a level 20 or whether you're a plasma 5-star. It doesn't make any difference. I'm not going to hold anybody back in the game. I want everyone to be as good, if not better than I am, because not only does it help everybody in the alliance, it helps the alliance itself, and it also helps yourself because it means all that hard work you're putting in is finally starting to pay off. There is so many people that I would just love to say, look, just spend an hour talking to me, and so I can go through stuff on your account, because why you're not hitting harder than me is beyond me. You should be smashing me out of the park, but you're not, because you don't have this type of information. I really do. It's frustrating, it really is. Anyway, I digress once more. Thank you very much, everybody. I hope this has explained a little bit more in a little bit more detail, or so that you understand a little bit better. I have done a video on heroes before, but I don't feel that everyone's getting the message properly. Thank you very much, everyone. As always, you can like, comment, subscribe, or not. Totally your choice. But remember this. If you've got a question, ask me. If I don't know the answer, I'll tell you, and I'll find out and I'll get back to you. I want everyone to be on an even par of what I'm doing. And to do that, it means I need to communicate with you and to help you. And trust me, I want to help. Have a nice day, everybody. I wish you all the best. And goodbye.